A win today for Embattled Chicago Public Schools CEO Pedro Martinez.
In an extraordinary move, a judge issued a restraining order against members of the school board, telling them to steer clear of district negotiators hammering out a new contract with the teachers union. CBS News Chicago political reporter Chris Ty was in court today. And Chris, this all comes just days after that same board voted to fire Martinez.
That's exactly right, Joe and Marie. There are a lot of moving parts in this story. To set the table for it, let's just talk about this. Brandon Johnson used to work for the Chicago Teachers Union. Earlier this year, the entire Chicago School Board resigned. This fall, Johnson replaced all of those school board members who just this past Friday voted unanimously to fire Pedro Martinez. There's a caveat in his contract, though, that keeps him on the job for 6 months if he chooses. He has chosen to stick around. All of this going on as the district and the teachers union trying to hammer out a new contract for teachers.
Notice is hereby given to terminate without cause the employment of Chief Executive Officer Pedro Martinez.
The very first business day after that vote to fire Martinez, several members of the newly appointed Johnson School Board took the rare move of arriving uninvited to contract talks between CPS and the CTU. But hammering out that deal is the contractual job of CEO Pedro Martinez. Feeling his job was being undercut, he took the matter to court this Christmas Eve.
It was a demonstration of we are in charge. This is who is in charge now. Remember, never asked me or my team about going there. They surprised them and said, look, this contract has to be done as soon as possible.
Martinez's attorney says board members hijacked negotiations. Martinez told the judge his team was told by CTU negotiators, we hold all the cards, and that his team felt intimidated, noting board members for the district huddled not with district negotiators, but with the union.
Even yesterday, as early as yesterday, when board members showed up, they went directly to the CTU. The representative from the city who has been there every day strategizes with the CTU, does not strategize with our district.
The teachers union late today saying that's just not true.
No, that didn't happen.
It did not.
No, they caucused with CPS. They didn't caucus with us. They caucused with their team.
In the end, the judge agreed with Martinez, issuing a temporary restraining order, keeping board members out of negotiations unless Martinez asks for their help.
I'm disappointed that Pedro believed that he had to go to a courthouse to be able to interact powerfully. But since now the courts have decided that Pedro is in charge, and we pray and hope that Pedro doesn't use his power for evil, but that he uses all of the power that he got today for good, and we can keep this going.
We asked the teachers union president today if she could point to an example where the board members arrived to contract negotiations without the request of the school's CEO. She could not provide one of those examples. We should also point out Brandon Johnson's team, the school board members that are now in place, will be there until January 15th. A new board is sworn in at the middle of next month. As for negotiations, they resume, Joe and Marie, Thursday morning. Back to you.
Chris Ty live for us on this continuing saga. We appreciate that update.